Peter Jones. It's lovely to see you. The first book, actually, was a huge success, and you are just one of those people that seems to have so many stories, so many things that happened to you that you had to write another one.
Yeah, well, the first one, I sort of dipped my toe in while I was still playing, and I did the book and I did the podcast and I sort of see how things go. And they both went mad and did really well. And it was, you know, half the reason why I sort of called it a day, really, because I was really enjoying what I was doing with the book and the podcast. And yeah, it gave me licence to do another one, really.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it is packed with stories. So Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Nearly killed you.
Well, that was one of them, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had to sort of collaborate my stories with some of my friends because I was like, that really happened.
So you're in Miami?
Yeah, I had a night in Miami. I used to take my mates, when we were younger, 21, 22, we had a night out in Miami, and it was just after the robot, playing for England, playing for Liverpool. I was getting recognised a bit more. Saw him in a nightclub, and I said, yeah, you're Mickey Rourke. And he said, yeah. Anyway, we hit it off. We had a great night. We then had a second night with him. And then the third night, we were in the hotel room, hungover, and we got a knock at the door, and I looked through, and it was Mickey Rourke. Sounds like a lie, by the way. It's mental, but I said to the lads, it's Mickey, and they said, get rid. So
you never opened the door?
We didn't go for the third night.
So he slipped a note under the door?
He did. He wrote a letter, he put it underneath and said that he wanted to meet or take us out for dinner because he'd had a lot of fun, and that was that. I never saw him again.
So you'd had it. You couldn't take another night.
I mean, he's full on.
He is stamina. There's also some sort of reflection back at when you and your teammates would eat before training, and I think there were stories about sort of 9 a.m. spaghetti bolognese you'd have before a Saturday game. But I bet during that spaghetti bolognese you weren't paying for it with credit card roulette.
I know.
Explain that.
Yeah, so those, obviously one of the chapters is food, and that's something I don't miss at all. Is eating chicken and bolognese at 9 in the morning when you've got a game at 12:30.
Sounds amazing.
I found it tough. I'd rather just have some cereal. But yeah, that was
I'm
tough.
in the wrong game. Should have been a footballer.
But yeah, what you said about credit card roulette is obviously a game we play with the lads. Is obviously when there's a lot of us out for dinner, we'll put it in a bag, and the waitress will pick one out, and they'll have to pay for the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
and I bet that wasn't a cheap bill.
No,
as well, with you lot.
It wasn't. But it's a good way of sorting.
I bet it wasn't put in a bag either.
Probably not.
It says champagne bucket in the book.
Yeah, it might have been that. Yeah.
and what was also fascinating, and I can understand this, is that, you know, as young players, everything is done for you.
Yeah. I mean, the reason for that is you solely concentrate on football. Your only job is to win games, to play to the best of your ability. So everything else is taken care of. And if you're good enough, there's people that will do that for you. And that is a case. And
to what degree?
To the degree where when I say everything, I mean we're not even entrusted with bringing our passport to the airport, really, and we will hand that in 2-3 days before. That would be too much for us to do.
Do you pack your own bag?
Well, Ab does that, really. I take the mick out of footballers and the lifestyles that we have and things like that. But listen, we've all made mistakes, and I think what 18 to 25-year-old hasn't made a mistake in their life?
Well, you learn all sorts of stuff. Is the fact that when you all run out onto the pitch, the chances are you're all wearing identical sets of underpants.
Yeah. I didn't see. I've mentioned this on the podcast I do. I didn't think that was a strange thing, but apparently it is.
It's just an unexpected thing.
Yeah,
you don't imagine it.
When obviously we have a kit man, he'll lay out the kit, and in the kit will be obviously socks, shorts and pants. So we'll all wear the
I guess
same
we'd
pants.
assume you'd come in with your own pants
Well,
on.
yeah, we do. But if you think about it, when we leave after our shower, if you'd played in them, they wouldn't smell so fresh. Yeah, so we have pants that we would wear for the match, and then we'll wear the clean ones home.
I mean, I would
Perfect sense when you explain it like that. Yeah. What about the boat ride with Abbey?
Yeah, that was.
It's like a near-death experience.
It genuinely was. I mean, it was scary. It was a romantic gesture, which I'm sure you would have appreciated, Holly. I got a boat, and it was not a boat. It was more like a dinghy. I drove it myself, packed a little packed lunch for us, went off in Sardinia. We were in Sardinia, took it out to a remote sort of bay, thought I was doing great, and anyway, we woke up, we had a little doze, woke up, and the waves were sort of crashing into the rocks, and we were moving closer and closer. Anyway, I tried to pull the anchor up, couldn't get it. I ended up with the corkscrew, trying to jab the corkscrew to get it out. Snapped it, managed to get back anyway. sensible thing would be to tell the fella, oh, I've lost the anchor. He said, everything all right? I said, fantastic. Went back to the hotel room, but Jermaine Genius was staying in the hotel. He took the boat out the next day.
Oh, no.
And, yeah, I said, everything got all right? He said, yeah, it was amazing, but there was no anchor.
And what did you say?
Did you first
Oh, not really. No, I didn't say anything.
It ties into our phone-in about white lies very well today, doesn't it?
Has Abbey read the book?
No.
No?
She has no interest whatsoever.
Really? In fact, we can prove that because she's got a message for you.
Oh, is she?
Dad, thanks for the message on the rain. I've read your book, it's amazing.
I haven't, and I don't intend to either.
See, I know her well. I know her well.
It's sort of a new chapter for you, really, in life. Like you said, sort of professional footballing. You've finished that now. You've got the podcast, which is hugely successful. I think you're taking it to a show at the O2 because there's so much interest in it, so it's amazing. But really, the big change is simple things like this is going to be your first Christmas with your family this year.
Yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. Like, I left school at 16, at 22 to 23 years I've been playing football every day of my life, and it's been my passion. I feel so blessed to have had the career I've had. But Christmases obviously are non-existent, really. We train Christmas Day, we play Boxing Day, train 27th, we play the 28th, New Year's Eve I'm in a hotel, play New Year's Day, and I've done that for as long as I've known. So having retired this year, I'm going to be at home, I'm going to have a few drinks, going to, you know, eat as much as I can. A proper Christmas, yes. I'm looking forward to that with the family.
The podcast is hugely popular. I know that you've been stopped in the street. I think, was it James McAvoy that said, I love your podcast?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and he was with Samuel L. Jackson?
He was, yeah. He wasn't so much of a fan.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. This is the book that we're talking about. And Peter, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Lovely
That's
to see you.